Mama. Mama, macaroni. But, hey, goodbye.
Smaka? So welcome to this video. My name is Emilia if you're new. I live on the countryside in Sweden and I grow my own food. I am so excited for this day. It's finally here. We've had quite a cold May this far, but today is a perfect day to plant out because today is kind of like as you can see, it's like smaller clouds going in and out. It's a little bit of a breeze, but not too bad. It's always a little bit windy here on the countryside. Tomorrow is supposed to rain actually. So I'm gonna plant my tomatoes, most of my tomatoes. I still have a few that I'm hardening off. I have some Romas and I have sun golds, like dwarf tomatoes and determinate tomatoes. And I have so many herbs. I also have my aubergines here that I might plant today, I'm not sure, and my artichokes. I also have some flowers to plant. I'm gonna start here in this bed. This is my indeterminate tomato bed. I am also gonna plant some determinate tomatoes on the front here. This structure though, we're gonna have to remove. It's temporary from last year. It does have hooks and it's usable, but it's like, I don't know if you can see, but it's like caving in. Isn't this a sight for sore eyes? At least for my eyes. I love it. So this is my indeterminate tomatoes that I have currently. These are 3 sun golds and I do have 2 other varieties. I have Black Prince and Indigo Rose. I had to start them over and these ones are still quite small and I'm gonna see if they catch up. I'm gonna keep them in pots for now, and if they grow really quickly I might plant them, otherwise I'm gonna plant something else here. I do have 3 of the yellow donuts, which is a determinate tomato, and then 3 determinate tomatoes called Vilma. So this is a red slicing tomato, this is a yellow slicing tomatoes, and these are yellow cherry tomato. And these are all a little bit sad in their pots. I'm gonna start planting my sun golds, and I have them in the middle of the drip right here. So they'll get plenty of water. Sun gold is my favorite tomato probably ever. At least in the cherry department. This is Vitagrow, pretty universal fertilizer. But I'm just gonna remove these lower leaves here where I'm gonna plant. You can plant tomatoes quite deep because they will grow roots all up the stem. I don't know why I picked a white shirt for planting today. That was not the best idea. I'm gonna have the soil level up to about here, which is a little bit below these leaves here. And I'm gonna remove this stick actually, because that's not the stick I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have this stick right here, and I can add it now. And these will be tied up with twine as well, so these are a little bit temporary just now before we put up the permanent trellis system. First tomato is planted. And I might dig up some of my bokashi compost, which I added here recently. Oh, tomatoes really want to just stick together. So I'm gonna remove these lower leaves. And I try to keep them about the same height as each other. I think that's good. And this one I accidentally snapped the top off. So I've been waiting for like a leader to take over, and I had sucker to take over. And this is a sucker, and this is the leader. And I can see that it is growing. I'm gonna plant it just like this, and I'll see which one of the leaders are the strongest. Maybe I'll even keep both of them. And these really only need this tiny stick for now. And then let's plant the yellow donuts right here. So I'm thinking there will be maybe an indeterminate tomato here, and one here. So we'll plant them like this. Oh, the soil is so moist. Under here is so nice. It's a really good soil. All right, that was all of the tomatoes for this bed. I have some other things to plant here. I'm gonna go ahead and tie these and then water them in. And I just use a jute twine and tie them sort of in the middle. I might tie this one too. So I need to buy some of these taller sticks, or find them on my property probably. Maybe something like this, or maybe I can take these and put on these three when I have put up the trellis here, or maybe cages. I'm not sure yet. I can finally remove this tag now that I have a scissor here. There we go. So I'm gonna swap out this oregano. It was doing amazingly last year. It was the second year. When I was filling these beds up, I had to lift it up. I disrupted the roots quite a lot, so I think I damaged it because it's not really coming back. But luckily I grew thyme, oregano, all of the herbs in case something would happen to them, so I can swap that. And then I have some sweet alyssum that I'm gonna plant here as well to act sort of as a ground cover, and also attracts beneficial, like predatorial insects, like ladybugs, for example, that can eat aphids on your tomatoes, etc. And it smells good and it's beautiful. And I think it would be really nice to have like a carpet of sweet alyssum underneath these indeterminate tomatoes that will have that bare stem. In front of these tomatoes, I'm gonna plant green beans. And I have a few other things on the list as well. It's getting a little bit more windy than I thought it was gonna get. These are the Roma tomatoes and they've been struggling a lot. I do have two backups in case one of these doesn't make it. So one starts like right here, and then the other one right here. And for these I'm gonna have cages, but maybe I'll space them out a little bit and maybe plant something in between. And I do have these beautiful supports for these. They are temporary. I'm gonna have these for something else, maybe in here, because they get so bushy. They need like a cage to keep them together. Their branches are like too heavy and they break. I just decided to plant my artichokes right here. Just in between these garlic, celery and celeriac. The garlic will grow vertically and the celeriac are growing underground and the celery are growing vertically as well, and they will sort of peek through these artichoke leaves and get the sunlight that they need. There's a grub. I was wondering why this garlic didn't make it. Well, here we have it. Gross. And then I was actually going to plant my aubergines in another bed where I have garlic. I'm gonna plant them here instead. I was gonna have a trellis here with cucumbers, but I'm gonna have the cucumbers vining down like I did last year. Worked well. It's very space efficient. So we have patio baby and we have black beauty. Let's place the black beauty over here so we can plant something here in this border. So I can probably fit something here as well. I just love watering in plants after I've planted them. It's supposed to be really hot today and I've actually lost one shishito pepper due to the heat that we've had. It has like serious transplant shock. So right now it's morning. I would have preferred to come out earlier, but that was just not the case today. But it's a little bit cloudy right now. Alright, so here we have snapdragons and they're not that happy. I think they might have been too wet. They look like this. So I might actually plant them in between here. In case they don't make it, I haven't dedicated a row. Maybe here. Yeah, like this one barely has any roots. It could just be root rot. I'm gonna plant them anyways to see what happens. I really hope they make it because this is a new one for me that I bought this year that I want to have for my wedding. It's called Twinny Peach. It's really, really beautiful. I think there's still time to direct sow them. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure what to plant right here. I think I might direct sow something maybe. And here in this little edge here, I'm gonna plant a nepeta, edging type of nepeta. Hopefully it will sort of spread and vine here and cascade down. Smells really good and it will attract pollinators as well. And in this corner I got a white sage right here. And in this corner I'm gonna have my rosemary. I just need to get it from inside. And then I might direct sow like beets here maybe. Here I got a tray full of calendula. I've winter sown these. They were great to winter sow. They look really nice and healthy. I'm just gonna pop some of them out and plant throughout this entire garden. So I might do one like right here. I think would be a great place. Let me get something to pop these out. I'm just gonna take a knife and sort of cut it out. They look like this. And I'm just gonna pop it in. Like so. Let's do one right here. I got two here. Alright, so I removed this fabric just so that you can see easier. Also because I just need to water and look for pests. But here I have point cabbage, kohlrabi, napa cabbage. And they're growing really nicely. And then I've got leeks and fennels here in the border. And onions as well. I have so many zinnias upstairs in my growing room. I'm gonna take them outside and start hardening them off today. So I might do a row of zinnias right here. Alright, so in this bed I want to plant sweet alyssum as a ground cover. And I want to replace 2 of my herbs, 1 thyme and 1 oregano. Anyways, I want to plant the sweet alyssum as a ground cover, plant basil here, and then sweet alyssum sort of in between the tomatoes. I'm gonna plant indeterminate tomatoes here as well, I think. And I got more basil inside. These basil are pretty grown, they're like from last year. So I might plant them in the edge here instead, actually. Plant calendulas. All right, but let's start by replacing these poor things. All right, that was very quick. And the oregano, that is right here. I just didn't make it. But that's why I plant new ones every year. So then this one will hopefully live on for quite a few years as well. And then I'll just pop in some basils right here. I've got maybe 3 in this pot. Yeah, I've got 3. This one is called Carpet of Snow. It's a white variety. So I got quite a few plants, but I think I'm gonna separate them in just 2s because they'll spread quite a lot. I'm just gonna pop the whole thing in. It is multiple plants, like seeds, but hopefully it'll grow faster if they're planted like that. Alright, so I've decided to plant a pink cushion flower called Salmon Rose, sort of in between these determinate tomatoes here. You're gonna see them like in between or over these tomatoes, as well as the bush beans are gonna be here, just, you know, popping up. It's gonna be so pretty. It's really filling out. It's so nice. All right, here I got a Scabiosa stellata that I'm gonna place on these 2 spots that doesn't have any flowers. All right, so in this bed, I'm thinking that I would like to plant 2 dwarf cherry tomatoes right here. They're a variety called Aztec. They'll get plenty of sun, and then 2 parsley on the sides, and then I popped 4 sweet alyssum called Violet Queen. I have so few things left now. I do have all of my peppers and chillis though, but for that I have to clear this whole bed and fill it with soil. And I'm probably not gonna do it today, maybe tomorrow. This one is growing tomatoes already. Might be the first tomato. I've already harvested a lot of snacking purple bell peppers, like from the plants in their pots. Maybe I can separate these actually. And in the middle here, I'm probably gonna plant sunflowers. I'm gonna plant a row of onions, I think, over on that edge. White onions. I brought some seeds. Here they are, green beans here. And probably carrots. There we go. And then I have some marigolds that I would like to plant. And I want to plant lettuce over on this side. And I've got 2 more basil plants. I don't think you can see me on camera now. I'm just gonna pop them in the soil that I've had rooted in my growing room. I'm gonna start with the beans. And I've had poor germination with my beans. And I might actually do 2 plants or 2 seeds per hole to make sure that I get germination, and the ones that are popping up double I can transplant somewhere else. I didn't really get any last year. The year before I got a lot, but they were sort of badly placed last year, so that might be why. So these are winter carrots. I've sown summer carrots on other locations. There really aren't that many differences between summer and winter carrots. It's just that winter carrots store a little bit longer for winter. Then the marigolds. I think I'm gonna have my butternut squash here. So this will be occupied with those. So I'll do a little bunch here. And here I got empty space, so I'm gonna fill it out with lettuce. I'm gonna have these called Rouge d'Hiver or Diver, I don't know exactly. I will plant this one. Hey, gubbe.
Hey, Mama.
Right along this border, I'm gonna be planting leeks and marigolds. Right here. So this will be sort of like a fall harvest of the leeks. Since I'm sowing them now in late May, I'll probably get them in like September, October. The ones over there that I've transplanted, I'm probably gonna harvest in August. And then I'll just do a few marigolds. Here in this middle section, I'm gonna pop in sunflowers, and they're like a tall yellow variety. I've just saved seed from them the last couple of years. And I usually just pop them all around for some height and structure. Add one over here maybe, and one over here. I have some in my hand. I'm just gonna place them in this bed, like in between the artichokes. So I think will be quite nice. Right here, I'm gonna pop beets. Let's get these white onions in the ground. And I'm gonna take everyone that is like firm. These that has already sprouted are like soft. Oh, this one is actually quite firm and quite big. It's sprouting. Oops. And I've already talked about this in another video, but I'm just gonna explain that when you have set, like onion sets, you basically place them lightly into the soil so that the tip sticks out like this. So just press them down firmly so that they have soil contact. But that is gonna be it for this video. It's probably gonna be a really long one, but this is like a big planting month basically. But I do have like part 2, I guess we'll call it. I'm gonna plant all of the rest of the things that needs to be planted. So many fun things, so stay tuned. You will not regret it, I promise. So thank you for watching this very long video and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.